Hello there everyone, Ash and Flash here, and welcome on into a early LEGO Marvel Summer 2025 set review. Today we're looking at set number 76317. This is Peter Parker's apartment. It has 394 pieces. It's retailing for $54.99 USD or $64.99 Canadian. This releases on August 1st. But was sent to me early by LEGO and Land to do a review for it. What's interesting about this is that it's actually able to connect and combine with the rest of the superheroes street that they have been putting together since January with the first Spider-Verse set. And that set, very similar piece count, and it's also got 4 minifigures. This set is actually a little bit expensive, but that's because a lot of the US prices have since gone up. But let's go ahead, let's take a closer look at this. All right, so here it is built. If you want, you can find time codes and chapters down below if you want to hop around to just the minifigures, the bottom floor, top floor. All right, so here is the apartment building on its own, and it's a very simple design, but I love the look of how this feels. It feels like a New York building. There are 2 floors here, like I just mentioned before, but I also really like the side here as well, with all the masonry bricks scattered throughout this, but specifically this sticker here. This Daily Bugle billboard here looks so great with J. Jonah Jameson holding up this newspaper there that says Menace. But also, it's the very first cover there of Spider-Man, which I wish that we got as an actual tile in the original Daily Bugle set, but they didn't do comic books back then as a collectible. I like the graffiti as well as the mouth has been webbed up, which I feel like is a Raimi connection here, which there's another one in the set that we'll get to. I like the window designs with the dark red, as well as you've got little air conditioning unit there, some plants growing on the balcony, but then there's 3 holes here. They're meant to actually allow you to take this big rubber web piece that was created this year. You actually just take a minifigure, put them inside, and then you connect the opposite points there so that you could web them up and attach them to the side of a wall. All right, so here on the ground floor, do got to mention this over here on the side. We've got some windows here, as well as you've also got these pegs here that we'll talk a little bit more about later on in the video. But you've got the spider here on the wall, which is another spot that you could, if you want, you could actually attach the webs to. And this piece here, this web is also there. That's one of the accessories from that pack. You've also got another air conditioning unit there, some more plants, as well as this little balcony hanging out there above the door. This 410 little sticker there that is actually a reference to where Peter Parker's apartment is in the comics. And then you just step inside by opening the door inwards. All right, so stepping inside here, there's nothing on the wall. I thought maybe a cool sticker, but no, you've got a whisk on that wall. You've got a pizza box there, as well as a frying pan, the sink. Inside each of these cupboards here is literally nothing. I thought maybe they would have included Aunt May's cookies or something, but nope. There is a table there with 2 cups as well as 2 seats for Peter and MJ to have a date. Also on the walls, you've got these superhero posing pieces there in the light gray stud with a hole in it, and that allows Peter to actually hang upside down and give MJ a big smooch. All right, so here is the second floor. You've got a computer screen there. That's a Daily Bugle Online. Venom spotted ? But it's white, so assuming it's talking about anti-venom. You've got a keyboard, Peter's camera there, as well as you've got a microscope there. Simple little build on top of this crate, which you can lift the lid up, and on the inside is nothing. I thought there would have been something cool included in there, but there's not. You've got the red seat there on this little swivel. I like the sticker there on the wall that says Science Fair, first prize. You've also got a little picture of Peter when he was in high school. And I'm just going to lift this bed here to show you. You've got this poster for Oscorp as well. Underneath the bed, there's plans for an iron spider suit, as well as a little sticky with a spider on it. And when you lower it there, you could see that you've also got a video game controller. I really was confused why this wall is inverted. I think it might have to do with maybe down the line when you're putting this next to a building, something might be sticking out on the side. So that's why they have it inverted, but I'm not sure. I almost didn't do this because, like, most of the time, all walls have the inversion on the inside. So I don't know why they chose to do that, but maybe we'll find out down the road or when I connect it. There is actually this play feature here where if you push on the little tan piece sticking out, the whole front will actually come and explode out. And in order to fix it, you just line up this hole here and you push it forward. Just to show you here from the front what this looks like, you just push, it'll go flying. Also included are some flame pieces that you can put around once you explode the build. I feel like given the Spider-Man 2 set in the wave, as well as the Jameson reference we talked about before, I feel like this could maybe be seen as when Green Goblin blows up Aunt May's apartment and Peter's apartment to kidnap her. This whole wall section, it also can be detached from the top. That way you can, of course, continue and build up the rest of the building if you want to maybe just have, of course, just more of these stacked on top of each other. This section here is also removable. On top of that section of the roof, you've got this black grate or vent. So yeah, this completely separates into two if you wanted to. And I'll go more in depth in a separate video, combining and just showing off all the different options and connections that you can have for this set. This, though, I believe always has to be on top because there's no holes on the side. So you don't have to connect it to this building per se, this top part of the apartment, but the ground floor always needs to be down below because of the Technic pins and everything. This has no holes, which I think is kind of interesting. All right, so here's everything connected, I believe as intended. At least the instructions show this part. They don't advertise it connecting to the Across the Spider-Verse set, but it is a corner. And I think that just given the design of that, I think it's this corner building over here. And it was also the first one if you go in order of these set numbers too. Well, we are going to be doing a video actually combining and connecting this and just showing you some of the different ways that you can display your new, smaller modular Marvel city. And of course, just looking at the set in between the two here, isn't it weird that it doesn't have any sidewalk? And the idea behind this is it's called an apartment, not an apartment building. And I just realized something as I was thinking about this more. You can place it on top because of, again, it fits perfectly. There's no sidewalk. The door goes inwards. Then I was looking at these studs here and it hit me. You take this on top, this piece here, and what you do is you attach it like that. And now it's a guardrail for the door. That is why the door actually goes inwards and not outwards. So now you've got a full apartment building here, which is really interesting given the fact that this is almost the same height as Oscorp, which really should be a lot taller. I'm not counting the satellite dish, but this is specifically how you turn this into an apartment. Beyond that rubber web piece, you've also got all these other web pieces here included as well as a piece for the villains that I'll show you. And just going back to that rubber piece, you could even attach it to the end of those webs. Feels like we're picking on Anti-Venom a lot, but you've also got these webs that sort of act like handcuffs. Now looking at the minifigures, starting things off with Peter Parker / Spider-Man. You could see here that included is actually a face with a hairpiece as well. And this face has been used for him for a bit. He's got a smile on one side and then also on the other, this shocked or scared expression. And of course the mask is included too. Very detailed figure with the side arm printing and everything here, and the back torso, all really cool. Not sure why they just don't include the dual molded legs in every single set. Here is MJ, who looks awesome. It's a bunch of reuses here, but I think it works well for like a comic book sort of generic MJ. The hair is great, really like the color, as well as the face being used is actually Hermione. She's got this smirk on one side and this angry expression on the other. The torso is actually from a Chaos Theory Jurassic World set. Would have been great to have that outfit where she's got the heart with the Spider-Man mask, but still really cool. Here's Anti-Venom, who's a new figure for this year, but it's the same one that appeared in the mech from January, which is a shame because I think a lot of people went out to get that set because of the new figure, but you can get him here with Hobgoblin. But yeah, the face looks great. The torso is incredible. It was great to get a new symbiote enemy, but there's so many to pick from that it would have been cool to get another symbiote villain here, or even just a different Spider-Man villain we've been waiting for, who's also in white and black. Here is Hobgoblin and his glider. Looks really cool, just the design here. I like the angles that it's on, as well as you've got the fire coming out of the back, and you've got sort of the guns here on the side. You've also got on the very front of it a sticker there as well. Now, the spot over here, these studs on the side, have you actually hold this pumpkin bomb. Here are the two pumpkin bombs here, which look amazing. I love that we've got two of them included here, and they've changed it up a bit where you can actually remove the flames from the head, which is kind of crazy. You can see on the back of the head, there's even some printing there too. So I'm not sure why they chose to have you be able to remove the flames. Maybe it was so that they can include some more detailing underneath. But I think some people are theorizing that it's also for Johnny here, so you can have him flame on and off, which you can't even see really the second face print on the other side. So that is very exciting. Hobgoblin stands there in the middle there with those two dark blue studs exposed. And the figure is just incredible. I mean, look at the face with those crazy eyes, the big smile. I love the Moon Knight piece here being recolored in orange, as well as the rubber cape for Batman. That's really, really great. The torso looks amazing. The legs as well. Would have been great to get them dual molded. By removing all that, you could see on the back of the head here, I am not sure if my pupils are misprinted, but you've also got a satchel printed there as well. Incredible to have Hobgoblin back here after all these years. Anyways, everyone, that is my review of Peter Parker's apartment. I think this is really fun. I love the idea that this can stack on top of the bodega. Taking that piece off the top is so smart. I'm surprised they're not advertising it more. But I'm so excited for the future of just the Marvel streets and everything. I can't wait to see what buildings and different things we could get next. In terms of the characters here, they're not the most exciting, but they're still pretty good. Especially getting comic book MJ in a set. It's been such a long time. Love the new Hobgoblin figure too, just phenomenal there. I still think it's overpriced though for $55. But what do you think of this? Be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on future LEGO Marvel set news and reviews. And again, stay tuned for that combination video. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.